Welcome back to Sailing Weymouth to the World, everyone. On this episode, Maddie and I get a hire car, head to the north of the island so I can get a wing foiling lesson that she very kindly got for my birthday to see how that pans out. We then head over to Fort Barrington. It was a very cool walk up to see that place. I'll show you how I pole out because I thought we were going to be doing some downwind sailing. And we go to the Pillars of Hercules. We also have a massive change of plans, so stay tuned to find out what that is.
So we have a hire car and we're off to the north of the island today for what are we doing, Mark?
I am wing boarding. So I don't think I'll get the foil, these wings, and then you stand on the board and then the foil pops you up. But I think for your first few lessons, you don't get the foil, which I'm happy about because that looks pretty hard. So yeah, going for that. So we had a 2-hour lesson booked, but we done an hour. The wind was too light. I was getting very frustrated because I normally pick up water sports fairly quickly, and I couldn't sort of get going. And then he sort of said, yeah, the winds aren't quite enough. So what we might do is at some point see about hire car availability again, come up and do the second hour. It was good. It was tricky, but I feel like I would have got that by the end of the second hour. I think I would have been stood. I don't think I'll be foiling. I don't think I would have got up on the foil, but I think I would have been standing. But yeah, anyway, it was good to try it. I love trying new things. So thank you, Maddie, for my birthday present. It was good. It was great.
Okay, so here's where we started, down in the south. There's Falmouth Harbour. That's where the boat is anchored. Took the hire car, drove north up to Jabberwock Beach. That's where I did the wing lesson. Then we headed west through St John's, which is the main town, all the way over to Fort Barrington. So let's go and have a little look at there.
we decided to do a big stock up on tins and dried food, mainly because we've heard the BVIs can get super expensive, so we got a lot of stuff.
Good morning. I've woke up, I'm always checking the weather, and it looks like we have a window to get to the BVIs. We were going to leave here, go to St Martin, sit in St Martin for the night because it's like a 20-hour passage, and then head on again, but the wind totally drops. In fact, we're going to have very light winds going into Saturday. So today is, excuse the helicopter, today is Thursday the 7th. We're going to leave this afternoon at 4 p.m, head out, go west, head west, and then head up sort of northwest towards St Martin, but we're not going to go. We're going to skirt the north coast of St Kitts and Nevis and carry on going past St Martin through the next night, and then on Saturday, we're saying early hours Saturday we should be there, but all of Friday the wind totally drops. However, this could be an opportunity for me to fly my cruising shoot, which I've not done yet. So I am gonna go get some blocks in place for that, get some rigging set up. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. I've got a couple of bailout ports, the first one being St Kitts and Nevis, and then St John's tomorrow morning if we need to, but hopefully it'll be a straight shot through. Maddie's down below checking our food. We're going to get loads of provisions because the BVIs are super expensive, so we're just going to stock up as much as we can here and then go in and clear out. So right, I'm going to get set up. Another thing I'm going to do is set up for the pole. It looks like for some time on the maybe overnight or tomorrow morning we're going to have the wind directly behind us, so I'm going to get set up for poling out. I'm going to show Maddie how to do it, and also I've kind of forgotten, it's been so long. I think the Atlantic crossing was the last time I had the pole, so yeah, let's go get that set up first. This is the pole, otherwise called, I think some people call it a whisker pole. The idea being is if the wind is too far behind you, the mainsail will shadow the head sail, and the head sail is useless. So the way to get around it is by sticking the head sail out the other side, and we do that by using this pole. So what I'll do is I'll get it laid out first, and then I'll go through the lines that we use for the whisker pole. So I'll bring it down to probably about level with the bottom of the mainsail. Probably a bit, I might go a little bit lower, but I'll just go through the lines in a second. So when this pole is up and out to the side, normally people will run one of the sheet lines through the end, back to the cockpit, pull the sheet line, and then the head sail will come out, go to the end, which will be out. For this purpose, I'm going to set up over starboard. I don't use the sheet lines, I use them because I use a separate sheet line, because if anything does happen, I can still get control of the head sail because I'll have the sheet lines going back to the cockpit. When the head sail's out, this pole is going to want to go up. So to keep it down, you put a line on called a downhaul. And conversely, when you're setting this up, this pole's going to want to sit as it is. So you pull it up using an uphaul. So I'm going to set up the downhaul, which I use going through the front block, tied onto a cleat, and my uphaul is on the mast. I'll come to that in a minute. So I won't know how much I need just yet. I'll adjust it as I go, but for the minute, I'll just leave that much out. The uphaul. So that's the uphaul set and the downhaul. So if I now come up on the uphaul, so as you can see, there's quite a bit of slack. So this will come out to there.
So the downhaul keeps that in position. So now we've got it not going up, not coming down, but it's going to be moving backwards and forwards. When you pull the sheet through from the head sail, that'll keep it going back, but there's nothing to stop it coming forward. You could swing forward. So we get a guy line, and that will run from the end back to the cockpit. So let's set that up now. So with this guy line, connect it onto the end, and then this will run all the way back to the cockpit and through the block. Let's go and have a look at that. So you can see the guy rope is coming all the way down over the top, because this is going to be on the outside, through the block and then onto the cleat. Between the two of us, I'll lift the pole and then Maddie will come up on the guy, and then I'll show you that setup before I put the sheet on. So as you can see now, secured on the cleat through the block, and it goes all the way out to the end of the pole. So at the moment, what's stopping that going up is the downhaul, and what's stopping it going down is the uphaul. So now it's just getting the sheet, and I'll run that out and I'll show you where it goes through the parrot beak and then clips onto the head sail, and then just through that back block and onto the winch. Okay, so this is my sheet line. As you can see, it goes through the parrot beak. So if it all goes wrong, I can come up, pull this, and the sheet comes out. I can then fill the head sail. So this clip onto there. These lines won't be here. What I'll do is I'll show you now, so that this sheet line will also run back through the other block and onto the winch. So let's go set that up. So as you can see, everything's on the outside of the rails, and then this will be coming back onto the winch. So Maddie and I will now get that pole, we'll work together, get the pole out, and then you can see it set up, bare pole, ready to deploy the head sail. Start coming off on the guy line, please, the yellow one. Yep, feel that. So that guy line is now nice and tight. So now I'm ready to pull out on the sheet, and you can see all the lines going through their respective blocks outside of everything, and the green sheet line will pull that sheet out. That's that. So that's how I set up the pole for poling out. There's probably many different ways of doing it. I mean, your more experienced sailors out there could probably see an even better way that I could do it. Please leave a comment. I'm always up for learning. I love getting tips and tricks and hints. I'll leave the line set up, clipped up the front, everything's ready to go. So if we do start experience a lot of down wind from the stern, dead on the stern, I'm ready to pole out. Guess where we are? We are still in Antigua. Massive change of plans. So the plan was, if you've been watching the other episodes, past episodes, to get away from the hurricane area this year, we were going up into America. We were going to use our ESTA, which is an online visa. You get 90 days. We are, because we're UK citizens, we are part of the visa waiver program. So what we can do is sail to the BVIs, leave the boat in the BVIs. You're not allowed to take a boat directly into US waters unless you have a B1, B2 business and tourist visa. Our plan was just to use the 90 days. So you leave the boat in the BVI, you go across the US Virgin Islands by ferry. You have to go across by commercial vessel, i.e. plane or ferry. Go across, you get your passport stamped saying you're now in US waters, being the US Virgin Islands. We can then go back to the boat. From that day, our 90 days will start. We were then going to sail into the Bahamas, up the Bahamas, Florida, probably the Carolinas, and up New York and so on. However, it would be awfully rushed, we feel. You know, only take some weather, bad weather, you lose a week here, you lose a week there. We want to stop and see somewhere. Before you know it, you're running out your 90 days. So Maddie and I have been looking into it. There hadn't been a lot of information. I've had to ask a few people about, you know, the story with the B1, B2, just to clarify. I've actually spoke to immigration officer now. To get the B1, B2, you have to go to an embassy for that one, which we were aware of. I was thinking of it last summer. However, I was working a lot, so I didn't want to lose work by turning work down because I had to go to London for the interview. Anyway, we decided 90 days be enough. Now we've decided it's not. The closest embassy to us here in Antigua is Barbados, so you have to go there in person to have an interview. The wait time at the moment is around 2 months-ish for Barbados. London, 21 days. So we decided, well, let's go home for the summer again. You can get a visa, B1, B2, maybe pick up a little bit more work. Just see the family. You know, by the time we get home, it'll be 5 months on the boat, not seeing family, friends, all the rest of it. So it'll be lovely to get home and enjoy the summer. Let's get rid of this horrible weather that's going on back there. So that is our plan. It's 6 weeks until we fly home. The boat is going on the hard this year. I'm not going to leave her in the water. So we've got to kill 6 weeks. I want 2 weeks down in Rodney Bay in St. Lucia, so I know I'm there, can start packing the boat up in the anchorage before we get pulled out the water. We'll be on the hard for a day and a half, and that's our flight home. So we're not going to be doing a great deal over the next few weeks. We've got 3 islands below us south. We could go back through them. There's Dominica that we haven't stopped at. However, we want things to look forward to when we come back and make some good content. So we are just going to sort of hang around here for a little while. We did go over to the Pillars of Hercules. I am going to put the footage on now. We will go back again because there's meant to be some great snorkeling. Also a couple of other spots we're going to snorkel. So we'll try and get some content out to you guys, but I'm not just going to put random nonsense up. So if there isn't an episode next week, it's because we haven't done anything. We will continue going to the Top Club because we enjoy socialising with like-minded people. We will carry on going for walks. We may get a hire car again or a bus into St. John's. But yeah, so that is the plan, everyone. So if you are local to me when I'm home, please give me a message and we can meet up. I'm not seeing a lot of you for a long time. Go for a coffee, go for a beer, that'd be fantastic. Any of you looking for crew? If any of you got boats and you just fancy going for a jolly and you want crew, more than happy to. It will be so nice just pulling on lines and being told what to do for once. That would be amazing. But yeah, so that's it. That's our plans. Right, go and have a look at the Pillars of Hercules.
Thank you so much for watching this episode, everyone. Really hope you enjoyed it. If you did, just give it a little thumbs up, give it a like. It really does help to support the channel. If you're not already subscribed, hit the subscribe button. It doesn't cost you a thing. You just have to sign up to YouTube. It's all free, and then hit the notification bell and it will tell you when the next episode is due out. Take care, everyone. Thanks again for watching.